Welcome home to St. Anne's. We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.
Hat gets pulled down. So much stuff that I'm juggling here. You tell me when I'm good to go, Laura. I'm actually paying attention for once. As long as one of us is. All right. Woo. All right. It is the fourth Sunday of Advent. That snuck up on us, didn't it? Okay, maybe just me. But, wow. So this is actually Marian Sunday. And I know a lot of people think it was last week because it was pink, but it isn't. It's the fourth Sunday. That's always Marian Sunday. And it's an important day to reflect on Mary. And I know I've told you guys this before, but I'll tell you again because I think it's really, really important that we reclaim Mary for who she truly was. So many of you know that I was educated in Roman Catholic schools through 5th grade. And if you can imagine, elementary school me was basically me now, just shorter. So you can imagine that sometimes there were a bit of clashes in theology between Episcopalian Meg and Roman Catholicism and the nuns. And Father Spiegelmeier, he was like this big, but he was very full of his own importance. And Mary was one of those places. So I will be honest with you, I didn't like Mary. I didn't. I detested Mary as a child. Because here's how Mary was offered to us as children. This pure virgin, and I'm going to tell you right now, virgin in this context does not mean virgin what it means to us today. It has nothing to do with sexual intercourse. It has to do with age. Okay? So get that out of your mind right now. So anyway, but we were told that she was this pure and holy little person, and she followed directions, and she was young, and she was, frankly kind of stupid because she was super young, and she did what God told her to do, and she did what everybody told her to do, and she didn't mess around with men. Nope. You don't mess around with men because nobody wants gum that's already been chewed up. Yeah, that's a real thing. Have you ever heard that? That's disgusting. That's disgusting, and that is not how we treat humans. Like sticks of gum. But that's what we were told. And so, we wore long white or blue robes, and we put flowers on our head, and we danced around a Mary statue, and we talked about how good she was, and how she never talked back to her parents, and she didn't think too much about anything. When the angel told her to do what the angel told her to do, she did it, dang it. That's right. That's how you do. And then you follow God. And you're either a virgin and you become a nun, and they meant virgin as in how we mean virgin, and you become a nun, or 2, you get married and you have more Catholics. And I didn't really like either of those options, frankly. So I didn't like Mary. And I will tell you, I didn't like Mary until I went to college. And in college, when I started studying religion, I really got into scripture and theology and all those fun things that you get to do when you're in college and you're studying religion, I realized I had been wrong the whole time. That Mary was not who I had believed her to be. I was wrong. And I had misjudged her, and it was time to reclaim her. So I want us to reclaim Mary today, because it's super, super important that you and I do, especially in the context of the world in which we are living in. Also, humans are not gum, so we're not going to say that ever. You say that in St. Anne's, I will come find you. Okay, so here's who Mary really, truly is. Mary is doing her thing, just like you and I are usually kind of out doing our thing. But she has been studying religion. She comes from a holy family. And so she's been studying religion. She knows the scriptures, she knows the prophecies, she knows all that stuff. She's not stupid. She is a religious person. And she's doing her thing, and, she's engaged to be married. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing. When the angel shows up, An angel says these things, and she listens to them, because at first they don't make much sense, but then she listens to them in the context of the scripture and the religion that she knows and that she has learned since childhood, because she studied this stuff. She knows this stuff. And she realizes that she is one more in a long line of women whom God has chosen to continue the line. Because here's the thing, God always chooses women. Just when we lose hope and the men have screwed it up entirely and there is no more hope and God's people are about to end, God calls a woman. And it's never a woman that we expect God to choose. It never is. It's a woman pulled out of poverty. It's a woman who has lost everything. It is a woman who has gone through everything, but she understands herself to be in a long line of women who have picked up the crumblings of the faith at that point. God has called them to pick up the crumblings of the faith, put it back together, and carry on. And if you want to spend any time studying real true feminism, you go to the Old Testament. And you look at these women who have done these things. Who put Moses in the basket when he was supposed to be killed? His mama. So keep studying those women, because they are there, and it's so, so very important that we know them, that we name them, that we claim them, that we be them, that we support them, because that is who Mary is, and that is who you and I are called to be. So she's doing her thing, because that's what, we all do. And this angel shows up, and he says, God has called you to do something completely different. And she's like, excuse me? Because she's not ready for motherhood. She only just now signed on to this whole marriage thing, and she's got a long time. Like, you get to prepare for that at that time. Like, when you get betrothed, you get some time to work through that before they, pitch you into this whole married thing, and then you got babies thing and all that stuff. You get some time there. And she's like, oh, wait, I did not sign up for that. But then as she thinks, she realizes what she is being called to do. Does she think that she's prepared to do it? Absolutely not. No, she's in no way equipped to do this job. And that's what I'm going to tell you, another important thing that you and I need to realize. God does not call the equipped. None of us are prepared to do what God calls us to do when we are called to do it. It doesn't work that way. God calls the unequipped and equips them. Mary is not equipped to have this child. Mary is not equipped to raise the Christ. Mary is not equipped to watch her son die a brutal death until his resurrection. Mary is not equipped for any of that. Nor are we equipped for what we are called to do for God. So get that out of your mind. We are not equipped to do what God has called us to do. We are called to do it anyway. And God will equip us, and we will be prepared, and we will do it just fine. Not because we're prepared to do it, but because God will make it happen. And those are very, very important things for us to hear in this year that is, I'm getting really sick of the term unprecedented, but frankly, that's what it is. We aren't prepared. We haven't been prepared. We're not going to be prepared. We are not prepared to be the church in this time, in this place. We are not prepared to be the people in our communities that we are called to be in this time and place. We do not know how to be the parents that we are called to be in this time and place. We don't know how to work in our jobs in this time and place. But here we are, in a long line of people who are not prepared and don't know what to do. What do you think the saints experienced? Do you think any saint was like, yep, I got this? Nope. Do you think anyone who put the church together and the church that we inherit and have today was in any way equipped to do this and ready? Absolutely not. Have you read about Peter? Peter's a mess. Peter has no idea what Peter's doing. Paul is a mess. Paul has no idea what Paul is doing. We come in a long line of people who understand that they don't know what they're doing, and they're confused, and they're overwhelmed, and it's chaotic. And they do it anyway, because when we study Scripture, when we understand our theology, we understand that that's who we are. A long line of people who don't know what they're doing. But we're going to do it anyway because we are called to do it. Not because we know what we're doing. We don't know. We're not prepared to do any of this. Does it seem like St. Anne's has in any way been prepared for anything that's happened? No, we fly by the seat of our pants, y'all. And that's who Christianity is right now. And that's who Christianity has frankly always been. And that's who we will always be, because when you go with God, you don't know where you're going. I'm going to tell you something. Today is the 12th anniversary of my ordination to the diaconate. I was not prepared. And it was not nearly this sunny or this pretty. It was in a blizzard, and there was literally nobody there because it was a blizzard and no one's going to my ordination in the blizzard because that's crazy. I was not prepared. To this day, I am not prepared. You and I are not prepared. We don't know what we're doing. But we are called to do it anyway because we come in a long line of Marys. So that is what we say. Here I am, Lord. Here I am.
We want you to know that you're welcome to join us at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Please be sure to hit subscribe to receive our sermons. We can't wait to meet you.